bench. Oh, awesome. Stackhouse. Oh, my.
Next on ACC Live Access, we give you access to the greatest dunks in North Carolina history. Who are the two nominees? Who will win? Plus,
the look inside to Johnson with 5.7.
The Canes close out the Cavs in the final seconds, but get a rare peek at Coach L's pre-game preparations. The Pack also won last night, thanks to C.J. Leslie's redunculous performance. And the ACC gets its first blooper of the baseball season. ACC Live Access. We may stumble, but we get right back up. Starts now. Welcome to ACC Live Access. I'm Jeff Fischel. It's a very special Access show for a few reasons. First of all, usually on Access, I am flying solo. But look who's here, my tag team partner back with me, Kelly Nash, K-Nash Sports. Kelly, you did get the memo, though, right? No Clemson, really. There was no Clemson game last night.
A little snarky today, Jeff. I like it. Fans, it is Dunkuary. You know I showed up because today I'm ready for North Carolina.
Oh, boy. This was perhaps one of the discussions we had that led to as many arguments as any school. Which two North Carolina dunks should be the dunks for Dunkuary? Those are coming up. They are both great. And what a great game last night in Miami. Miami escaping at home against UVA. A great final minute. The team's matching baskets, then tied at 50. Shane Larkin with the ball in his hands. It was a must-see moment.
See, look at the double team. They try to switch out on everything. The look inside to Johnson with 5.7. And it's stolen away. Durant Scott steals it with 4 seconds to go. And Miami has won 14 in a row. The second-ranked Hurricanes once again fight through a low-scoring, hard-fought ACC victory.
How about that big fella, Reggie Johnson? Unbelievable performance. Now, right now, the only thing as hot as Miami is the Harlem Shake. It is spreading worldwide. And guess what? You can turn a web page into the Harlem Shake.
I was wondering how you were going to tie together Miami and the Harlem Shake.
Check out what this Miami fan did. They turned this SB Nation page into the dance. It's gone there.
The logo's dancing, but I'm guessing it gets a little more at the same time as the song. There it is. I love this.
I'm getting dizzy. I need my glasses. That's wild. We should try that with our webpage. Have you already?
In case people don't know, there is an ACC Digital Network Harlem Shake. J.R. Reed and I sitting at the table, and then madness.
J.R. Reed's got this going on.
He's got the moves going on.
He's getting into
and as
it.
we've talked about, J.R. Reed had planned to stand up and dance, but he's 6'10". You wouldn't have seen anybody else. We had the crew back here. Yeah. He's a big man. More on this Virginia-Miami game, by the way. Don't look at the score and say the Canes are slipping. They've peaked too soon. Virginia is very good right now. And look around. Top teams are losing close games, but not Miami. At the end of games, this team looks calm and completely confident. We'll have more on this team coming up. Special inside access before and after one of the biggest wins in program history. Now it's time for Dunkuary, the Carolina edition. In case you are new to Dunkuary, here's what you need to know. The 2 best dunks from every ACC school go head-to-head. Whichever dunk gets the most votes from you moves on to the next round. A week from today, we release our 16 dunk bracket. Just like the NCAA tournament, we go round by round. And on March 11th, on the week of the men's ACC tournament, we announce the winner. Just watch the dunks on our YouTube channel and give a thumbs up to the one you like more. So now, Carolina. And it would be an insult to Michael Jordan if we didn't start with Michael Jordan. But how do you pick just one Jordan dunk? We did. And your tweets helped, actually, because this was the Jordan dunk we got tweets about again and again. Let's go back to 1984, the final seconds against Maryland.
Good gracious alive!
Blocked by Sam Perkins. I guess that is a pretty fitting end to the ballgame. Jordan, look at that! Holy cow!
That was unbelievable. And I love the fact that Len Bias's shot was blocked. You heard him say Perkins blocked it, but you didn't see it.
That's a great moment because we have Big Smooth involved. Yes. We got Len Bias, who's also a Dunkuary contestant from Maryland, and then Jordan rocking the cradle.
The only thing more impressive than that, to me, Jeff, is a rivalry dunk. Check out this Jerry Stackhouse from 1995.
Good job by Zwicker.
His job is to play the minutes while Wallace on the bench. Oh, awesome.
Stackhouse! Oh, my!
Awesome play. Not many guys in the college level, if any, can do this. Goes underneath, gets fouled twice, and still jams.
That's a classic from overtime, one of the great Carolina Duke games that we're talking about, the greatest rivalry in college hoops, and that was a great moment in the history of that rivalry. So, which Carolina dunk should move on to the Sweet 16? It's Michael Jordan versus Jerry Stackhouse. Get out the vote. You cannot complain about who wins if you do not vote. Like the one you like more on our YouTube channel, or you can tweet us at the ACCDN with your vote. We're tallying them all up, and we will release that bracket next week. But we're not done talking about Jordan. It is time for the buzz. Jordan's trainer, Tim Grover, said in an interview with WFNZ in Charlotte, he could get Jordan back in game shape and his airness would score 20 points a game. Grover admits Father Time is undefeated, but Kelly, could Jordan really play today?
He could be better than half of the league. And I went back, rewatched his 2009 Hall of Fame speech, and MJ said, "Don't be surprised if I come back at the age of 50, magical age." Now, Drew Morris, he thinks it could happen. He tweeted, "MJ has been studying LeBron's game. Dark days lie ahead for LJ." We'll see. Now, White Bread Ed, that's a suspect Twitter name, but much respect to you, MJ, but don't do it. MJ, come back. Go find a high school team to coach.
Ooh.
Pretty bold, Jeff.
You know, here's what I think. I think Grover admits that, you know, it's not really like they've had a conversation about Jordan returning. This is all just a big game of what if. But I love this. Grover did say, if Jordan did come back, he would be the best player on the Bobcats. And I think we can all agree with that.
I think we can all agree as well.
Let's wander outside the ACC for a second.
Okay.
And this will give you a chance to pat yourself on the back and say, I am normal. The ACC school I cheer for is normal. Kelly, Johnny Football, he can't even walk through campus in peace.
He can't. And I don't know about when you went to class, Jeff, but when I went to class, people weren't asking for autographs or pictures all the time. Well, Johnny Manziel, Mr. Football, has been harassed so much in class, he's decided to enroll entirely online. You know, Skip Bayless had something to say about it. He said, "I believe Johnny Manziel now taking courses online because such a rock star will last only one more great year at Texas A&M. He'll be a first rounder next year." Can't argue that.
He is, though he was a freshman last year, he redshirted a year, so he just needs to play one more season to be eligible for the NFL draft. So it's very possible a year from now we could be talking about him going to the NFL. The college baseball season just started Friday, but we may already have the ACC blooper of the year. This was Florida State hosting Rhode Island. Watch home plate ump Bruce Ravan. He was just trying to say it was hit by pitch. It didn't go well, though.
This is great.
Ruh-roh. Ravan goes down in slow motion, seemingly, too.
Davis, stop and help.
He points, he says, yeah, that nicked you, and then down goes Ravan.
Eats dirt right there. What I want to know is, what do the baseball gods have to say about this? I mean, was that really a hit by pitch?
It did nick him, just
Okay.
apparently.
Okay.
But Ravan now has the moment of the year so far in
I
college
have a great
baseball.
tweet.
All right.
It took it back to the Leslie Nielsen days. We've all seen this movie. He tweeted, "The funniest umpire action since the Naked Gun." Remember that strikeout scene?
I do. So now I've done the Harlem Shake. The question is, can
Here we
Kelly
go.
do Leslie
Here we-
Nielsen?
Well, I can't
Because
do
Kelly
the
was gone that
split.
day.
You know there was
you
a
can't do the split. We'll give
right?
you,
But it was like a little of this.
It was a little of that as he called a strike
a
three,
little
right?
wave to the fans,
Right.
you know, called in their favor.
All right, you've made up for not being here when we did the Harlem Shake.
Here we go.
And that is the buzz. Coming up, the University of Miami gives us special behind-the-scenes access. How Coach Jim Larranaga got his team ready for one of the biggest games of his coaching career.
Out with the old and in with the delicious. Commit to bold taste with the new Flavor Resolutions menu at Ruby Tuesday. 10 entrees starting at $9.99. Try our savory barbecue brushed ribs and bacon wrapped shrimp. Or take it up a notch by adding coconut crusted shrimp to our mango salsa topped Caribbean chicken. Plus, enjoy our endless garden bar, free with any chef inspired entree. Ruby Tuesday. It's all good here. Start the new year with savings. Visit rubytuesday.com today for a $5 coupon.
What's better, bigger or smaller?
So which would you rather have, a big tree house or a small tree house?
If it's big enough, you can have a disco. Oh, yeah.
Why do you not want a smaller tree house?
Because it wouldn't be able to fit a flat screen TV, and then the TV would be about this big, and you would have to hold the wire. In the position you would hold the wire, you wouldn't be able to see the TV.
That's a pain in the buns.
Yep. Yeah.
It's not complicated. Bigger is better, and AT&T has the nation's largest 4G network.
The ACC Digital Network, the ultimate video destination for ACC fans. Exclusive highlights, live streaming games, and original live programming, unique access to the student athletes of our time and the legendary voices of all time. Defining moments, personal stories, incredible analysis from authentic ACC sources, cutting-edge content from the leaders in the digital space. The ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.
Good afternoon, Chase Sapphire. This is Daisy from Springfield.
Oh,
Hello?
yes, I didn't realize you'd be talking to an actual person.
You don't need to press 0. I'm here.
Reach a person, not a prompt, whenever you call Chase Sapphire.
This dunk of the day brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.
Anderson to Odio. That's that explosiveness we were talking about. He's got some hops, this young man.
Right, that's the type of play that this crowd needed. He brings a lot of energy to the floor. Start the new year with savings. Visit RubyTuesday.com to get $5 off 2 entrees.
Eddie Odio becoming a must-see moments regular here on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday. Welcome back. I'm Jeff Fischel. Kelly Nash is with me. Kelly, BC beats Maryland. That is a tough blow for the Terps.
It was, and I believe their at-large bid chances definitely took a hit. Maryland looking like an NIT team right now. You know, Len fades away into the sunset. 4 points for the big man.
They had just had the big win over Duke. You thought maybe they could build with some momentum there, and then they immediately go on the road and lose to a team that's in the bottom half of the conference. We're talking dunks and Dunkuary. Today, of course, it's Jordan versus Stackhouse. NC State is tomorrow. CJ Leslie put on a dunk show last night. That's one of the big stories around the conference. It's time for ACC headlines. It's time for the ACC Now. CJ Leslie is starting to step up at just the right time. He had a double-double last night, including not 1, not 2, but 3 fantastic dunks, helping NC State to an 84-66 win over Florida State. Freshman TJ Warren was phenomenal too. 31 points, a career high, and 13 rebounds as well. Next up for the Pack, the Tar Heels. Carolina with a solid win last night as well at Georgia Tech, 70-58. A nice night from James Michael McAdoo. 22 points, 11 rebounds for him. I just saw a new updated ESPN mock bracket. NC State is at 7. Carolina is a 10 seed. Al Golden has done it again for the second time in a week. The Miami football coach has gotten a commitment from a top high school football recruit who did not pick a school on signing day. Derek Griffin is considered one of the top wide receivers in the country. He could also play basketball at the U, just like Cornelius Elder, a running back / point guard who chose Miami last week. University of Miami President Donna Shalala released a statement last night responding to the NCAA's notice of allegations against the Hurricanes athletic department. She was very critical of the investigation, which the NCAA even admits it has botched. The school now has 90 days to officially respond to the allegations. Then the NCAA will make a final ruling on sanctions. Shalala says the school has been punished enough. Georgia Tech ace Buck Farmer has been named the College Baseball Writers' National Pitcher of the Week. On opening day, he threw 8 shutout innings with a career-high 14 strikeouts. Farmer's now 8th on the Yellow Jackets' all-time strikeout list. Georgia Tech is number 16 in the Baseball America poll. And that is the ACC Now. The Miami Hurricanes basketball team is giving us and you special inside access to the biggest win in school history. It was that day against Duke. Number 1 Duke. Students were camped out overnight, but what no one knew was that hours before the tip-off, the Canes would get some great news, but they wanted to keep it a secret.
Just before game time, Reggie Johnson's going to address. He got the go-ahead to play tonight.
Are you serious?
Yeah. He hasn't practiced. He hasn't practiced one time since December 21st. He's going to get minutes. I'm going to play. Now, how many minutes will be based on the circumstances. He hasn't shot around or anything? He's been shooting on his own. What we did is the same thing. Was it? What thumb? It's his left thumb. What we would call a non-shooting hand. But when I mentioned it to Dick that Reggie was going to play, he immediately reached for his cell phone and said, "Oh, we got to get this on SportsCenter."
Just
You don't
game
want,
time.
what about
Just game.
Sports Center?
No.
No.
Can't put
Don't
it on.
mention a
No.
Sports Center?
No.
That's a major story.
Yeah, but they don't want
Eric,
it out before pregame.
Who doesn't want it out?
You've been
Miami,
trusted, Mr.
You don't,
Miami.
I'll do what you want me to
It'll
do.
be, Dick, it's in our open.
Huh?
It'll be in our open, but we're not going to tell Sports Center.
Yeah, Reggie doesn't want it out, and we don't want Duke to have it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep your cool. I don't want to see any anger, frustration. Are we going to make mistakes? Yeah, we're going to make some mistakes. It's natural. They're going to make mistakes too. The team that keeps its cool and plays with poise down the stretch, that's the team that's going to be in control. That team needs to be us. All right? Play hard, play smart, play together, have fun playing with your friends. You've lived your whole lives for these opportunities. Make the most of it. Let's go.
Jim Larranaga has just delivered Miami's first ever win over a #1 ranked team.
When you beat a team like Duke University, who's the #1 ranked team in the country, it makes national news. And what that does is it motivates all of our opponents. We will now, for the remainder of this season, have a very large target on our back, and every opponent will get up for us like they do for Duke. You did a wonderful job. Enjoy it. Be ready on Friday. It's after a day off. And what I said, you got to focus. That's the day you got to come back and be really mentally sharp. Hands in. Hey, one more thing. Kenny, thanks for coming back to practice. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
What a great win for that program. That is the kind of great access we give you every Wednesday on ACC Live. Now, Kelly, you dug up some new details on this team. They got some help from an NBA star who played in the ACC.
That's right. I just read this morning Coach Larranaga crediting the Miami Heat's Chris Bosh with some of the success lately. He says he called Bosh, had him come down to Coral Gables, play a little one-on-one ball with his team, was not impressed with their work ethic, sat them down, and Coach Larranaga says Bosh gave them the best 5-minute speech he has ever heard, and it still resonates today.
Bosh, normally a quiet guy, but got that team fired up. Larranaga, normally known as a motivator, he learned from Chris Bosh a way to get that team going, and that team is now #2 in the country. What we just showed you is just part of a full 30-minute feature the school's posted on its website. To see the whole thing, and it is great, go to hurricanesports.com and search Canes All Access. Larranaga picked up career win number 500 earlier this season. Our closing number is 600. NC State baseball coach Elliott Avent got his 600th win with the Wolfpack yesterday, a 5-0, a shutout over Charlotte. Now that's impressive, but Florida State's Mike Martin, Miami's Jim Morris, Clemson's Jack Leggett, and UNC's Mike Fox all have over 1,000 career wins. Martin, in fact, is 4th all-time, but congrats to Coach Avent. Remember, go find Dunkuary on our YouTube channel. Vote for every matchup, including today's. Jordan versus Stackhouse. I mean, come on, if that won't motivate you, what will? We will announce our bracket next week. Follow us on Twitter at the ACCDN. Tomorrow, wait, I'm off tomorrow. Kelly hosts.
You are.
You're hosting the Throwback Show.
Oh,
What are we
yes.
going to see? Any hints?
NC State dunks, and we're throwing it all the way back to beginnings of the NC State-North Carolina rivalry.
They're going against each other. They're going against each other Saturday,
Yes.
so we'll have some NC State NC tastes tomorrow on the show. All right, and I know, like you said, the NC State dunks for Dunkuary. That's tomorrow. Thanks for watching ACC Live on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.